They sell fear. When they sell fear successfully, oh, statins will sell. When they tell you a heart attack is because of high cholesterol, you're always looking for a way to lower cholesterol, but you will never look for a way to change where the cholesterol is coming from. Cholesterol comes from the liver, and the liver cannot make something that will kill you. It can't. All technologies, all new research and technologies and medications are coming in to treat the failing heart. They are coming in to reduce the cholesterol in the blood. They are coming in to replace the heart that is ailing. Surgery is coming in to replace the heart that is failing. Even our specialists, the cardiologists, are just talking about techniques to actually fix the heart. Oh, angioplasty. Open up the blood vessels so that the blood flows. But Daktari, what caused the clogging of the blood vessels? Why don't we handle the cause instead of just putting tubes to open up the blood vessels? Can we open up all the blood vessels in the body, Daktari? Can we? So why don't we focus on the causes of this instead of just trying to give us new techniques? Because you went to UK to study and now you've come in with this new technology from UK. Now you want to exercise it on every patient. Daktari. Every single doctor or cardiologist or brain surgeon or whatever they are, all of them are focusing on the symptoms of the same problem. Our role here is to focus on the house of the demons. We don't focus on individual demons coming from one house. We want to destroy the house so that these demons disappear. What is so hard with us focusing on that house and destroying that house instead of focusing on demons, individual demons, and treating all these demons differently? So we have a medication for hypertension. We have medication for diabetes. We have medication for a stroke. We have medication for thinning blood. We have medication. But we just said the thickness of blood is actually dictated by how much sugars we are eating. So should we let you eat the sugars and then we give you aspirin to thin the blood? Does it make sense to you? We also add women contraceptives to protect them from giving birth, and then they end up having blood clots, and then we give them aspirin. We give you other medication like rivaroxaban. We give you other drugs, apixaban, very expensive medications to actually help you thin blood and prevent blood clots. But we still feed what actually causes blood clots. No wonder you take those medications for a lifetime. If you're on a statin, I can assure you, if you're on a statin, you can drop it and you'll never suffer anything. But you take that statin, you start losing memory. Today I just had a nurse coming in and telling me, hey, Daktari, you told me, because she came to me like 2 years ago. She tells me, I've been taking drugs for hypertension. I've seen you talking about hypertension. You see these nurses who come in with, they are skeptical. This one is a younger doctor. He cannot say anything. They want me to put on the spectacles, look at them, hapa juu na ile kamba. And then I talk very slowly and in a respectable manner. Because I went to UK and I have all these PhD, CQT, PPC and whatever it is. So she comes to me and tells me, hey, Daktari, I saw your video on hypertension. It's very educative, very interesting. It was challenging, but it's a good video. So what should I do about hypertension? I'm like, but you saw the video. I know you are here. You can help. I'm like, okay. So I take her through hypertension stuff. And then she says, okay, I'll see what I can do. You'll see what you can do. All right. After 2 months, she comes to me. They've added her one more drug. And then she tells me, sasa hapa nitakuaje daktari? Hizi dawa zinaongezeka tuna pressure itoki. I'm like, but you're the one who is actually feeding blood pressure. We talked about this, so we can't keep on talking about it every single day. Now she wants me to be, okay, she plays the victim. Unajua huwezi elewa pressure, huwezi elewa. Do you have somebody who has suffered blood pressure? I'm like, hey, no, please. Reserve your victimhood. Let's handle what is. Do you want the truth or do you want us to actually mask the symptoms? You are masking the symptoms. So then she disappeared. Came back a month ago. She told me she has been put on a statin. She's taking atorvastatin 40 milligrams every evening. And I told her one thing. I told her, when you saw my video, I introduced you to my platform. I talked to you about these things. You did not pay attention. Now you have 3 medications. The 2 for blood pressure, and then you have now 1 for cholesterol, atorvastatin. High dose, not even 20 milligrams. And now she tells me, by then you know what you told me was right. Because I just realized every time I leave my car keys and I'm always looking for that car key. I even call my children because I think they are stealing my car. And then they tell me, but you put your key here. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I have to apologize. Poleni, I didn't mean to hurt you guys. I'm sorry. It's my car, but I just don't want you to mess up. So she's telling me, so now I'm losing memory, Daktari. So you are right. I'm like, no, I'm not right. You are right because you're the one who is taking medication. So you are right. You're losing memory. It's not me who is right. You are right because you're the one who is losing memory. It's not me. Yeah? And and also in the bedroom, I can really sense that the energy is not the same. I'm like, okay. And then she's asking me, could it be because of age or something? Is age catching up? As women, as we age, I think the dryness brings. So is it that I'm aging? I'm like, you have all the answers. So the question tonight is, where do you think your sex hormones are coming from? So that was the question during the day. Answer. Hey, so where do you think sex hormones come from? Alienda KMTC sijui. Alienda KMTC sijui mwaka gani. Amesahau cholesterol is actually the mother of sex hormones. He's like, the body makes it. I'm like, no. What is the raw material of making these sex hormones? Where do you think they come from? I tell her, you have a smartphone, just check it. Where do they come from? Oh, it's a steroid hormone. Oh, okay. So it's cholesterol. I'm like, but see, I have so much cholesterol, so this drug is going to reduce it to a normal level. I'm just like, I am tired. We'll see you again. All right? See you again when you'll be at 80 milligrams. So you can imagine the ignorance in the health systems. How about the general public? The ignorance is so weird. So weird. So if they are using this medication themselves, how do you expect them to change your life? Somebody who is supposed to administer drugs to a patient and then give them possible adequate advice is taking these statins, losing memory but still blames aging, losing sex drive and hormones but still blames aging. She has already seen 2 medications being added on, but she's still blaming aging. And hypertension is in genes and all that. And then she gets a heart attack. And then she gets this. And then now we have to get into that WhatsApp group and pretend, like the hospital. Oh, guys, she was the best nurse. She was, so good at her job. Hey, imagine she has suffered a stroke. Let's send her something. I can assure you, in that WhatsApp group, we don't come there because we want to be there. We come there because of guilt. That, she knew me. Let me just send 1,000. Let me just send 2,000. Maybe 5,000 so that I clear the guilt. I'm not doing it because I want to do it for you. You think I want to send 5,000 to you to heal something that you're actually feeding? Given that I've actually talked to you about it. No way. I'll do it out of guilt. And now because we're working on our identities, there's no guilt. So I'll simply see it and pass. What next? And pass. And then I wait for you to recover and come and tell me, Daktari, but I didn't see you kichanga. Yes, I didn't do that. Because that money was reinvested somewhere else. So this hypothesis of cholesterol and heart diseases was actually started by this gentleman called Ansel Keys. Ansel Keys, he's actually called Keys, Vifungu. Shafi? Adwagikuyu? Shafi? Ansel Keys, this is a gentleman who started he proposed this hypothesis. Trust me, up to now, this was done in the 1950s. This guy lived from, I think, 1904 to 2004. Almost 100 years plus. And this guy comes in and says, cholesterol is actually responsible for blocking arteries and causing heart diseases. Hypothesis. It is a hypothesis. Up to now, there's no proof. And then out of that hypothesis, this guy pushes the American Heart Association, because this is an association that's actually so compromised, pushes them to actually approve that cholesterol is the problem. High fat diet is actually the problem in heart diseases. And they pushed it blindly because from the 1950s, nobody had so much ideas about heart disease. So this guy comes in and does that, gives an hypothesis, and then relates to 7 countries. So he did a research in a small percentage of people in 7 countries. And comes out and says, you know what, 7 countries have actually approved that high fat diet is the cause of heart diseases. But then the question was, hey, sir, industrial revolution was actually starting in this moment in time. A lot of foods that are coming from the industries are being consumed. A lot of products coming from the industries were being consumed. And after that, we had a spike in heart diseases. What do you say about that? No. A high fat diet. It's not a high fat diet. Ansel, where be now? And up to now, no one has ever disapproved that. But doctors will always follow this principle. And then, of course, pharmacists get into a class. They study these pharmaceutical chemistry. They study all these medicinal chemistry things, the structure-activity relationships. Very difficult units because they had to do it that way. They had to make it very difficult so that it can actually make sense to the average person. That's why they pick those who you think are the brightest so that they can actually come and condition you. Some of your children are just killing you with those medications. And you call them doctors. My doctor, son. They are killing you. I was killing my parents too with most medications. Hello? So it's an hypothesis. It's called a diet heart hypothesis. 1950. How many research have we done on these things and we still stick to the 1950 stuff? The same way in the medical syllabus. So much has been pumped in. A lot of new versions of the same things. So imagine in 2025, we are still treating diabetes the same way we did in 1970, 1980. The medical syllabus is the same, even though there's so much science coming in new. The medical syllabus is always the same. That's why salt has always been a problem. From 1980 up to now, salt has always been a problem. But the disease is still going up, even with the reduction in consumption of salt. Heart attacks are still going up, even with low cholesterol levels. Even people who are on statins are still getting heart attacks. So we still blame cholesterol. Why though? Why? We must open our heads up. We need to actually become very vigilant and ask questions. Sometimes if you ask your doctor these questions, he'll become so angry at you. They'll become so angry at you and they will even chase you out of that consultation room. They say, wewe ukikufa heart attack shauri yako. Mimi nishanawa mkono. When they say that, that's how they sell you fear. And this system survives on selling fear. They sell fear. When they sell fear successfully, statins will sell. When they tell you a heart attack is because of high cholesterol, you're always looking for a way to lower cholesterol. But you will never look for a way to change where the cholesterol is coming from. Cholesterol comes from the liver. And the liver cannot make something that will kill you. It can't. Eat those fats. Eat those saturated fats. Statins have sold. The amount of $1 trillion that have been made by pharmaceutical companies for selling statins. Not only the sales of statins, they will sell you the statins, and now the side effects of statins are the biggest business. Lose memory. How do we handle dementia? A lot of problems. Get low hormones. How do we give you? We'll give you other contraceptives to balance the hormones. Get infertile as a woman. Wait until you see an infertile human being an industry on her own. Give her all this overcare plus. Add her pregnant care. Add her iron supplements. Add her other drugs for memory. Add her for the men. Always on Viagra because this is messing them up. Testosterone levels are going down and now older men have to inject themselves with testosterone. You see even bodybuilders have to inject themselves with testosterone. Instead of eating high-fat diets to actually boost their testosterone, they have to go and inject themselves. There's now another one who is actually telling you people to actually use, because he's actually luring you into that. Very indirectly. He tells you, these are a cow's dewormer. So you can use it. It's actually good. So I'm using this cow dewormer. Whatever he doesn't tell you is obese. Bodybuilding is a sport. Healthy life or healthy living is not a sport. Don't treat your life as a sport. It's not a sport. Eat clean, fast, sleep, rehydrate, exercise. Don't exercise with the intention of becoming a bodybuilder. That's a sport. Once they retire, have you seen those people? These are the people we admire. You look at The Rock, you're like, hey, this guy has traps. This guy, hey, I want to be like him. You go to the gym 1 year, you've lifted all those dumbbells, nothing is happening. You're wondering, kwani Rock akona jeans gani hizi? Then boom, heart attack. Hey, the next minute he has lost so much weight. You're like, kwani, I thought we were supposed to be big. So we were told we eat 8 meals a day to grow muscles so that muscles burns fat. Now they have retired in the sport and they are realizing they're having heart attacks. Now they're telling us, you know what? I'm just doing this for health. And I'm like, hey. Do you have to get a heart attack so that you tell us? Wow. Bodybuilding is a sport. Let it be a sport. Eat clean, rest. Work out, rehydrate, enjoy the sun. Okay? So there are so many books that actually talk about cholesterol and how it is actually demonized in heart attacks, yet it's not. Number 1, put your heart where your mouth is, Natasha Campbell. Yeah, I was forgetting that name, Natasha. Number 2, of course, The Great Cholesterol Con. Who has never read that book, The Great Cholesterol Con, by Malcolm Kendrick? Another one. So I'm telling you this book so that you become educated. Go and read. Get the knowledge. Don't hold on to the knowledge. Hold on to the information. Release the knowledge. Number 3, The Great Cholesterol Myth, John Bowden. Number 4, there's another one called Lipid Lunacy. You should read that book. Lipid Lunacy, written by multiple authors. So imagine multiple authors sat down and agreed that, you know what, these are lunars. Lipid lunacy. Let it go. Forget about it.